Got these pieces of 5-inch tube cut. And I'm starting to lay out for the different pieces I need for the lower perches. So the lower perches just have one center bolt, and I need this plate to go on the top of there because I'm wanting to build a that way the bag comes down here crooked, it has nothing to hit. It really has to. There's absolutely nothing in the way. There's no plate. So we'll have a plate that bolts on there, and if the bag comes down crooked or whatever, it's less likely to get cut by anything. So we're going to go ahead and get this stuff built and cut out and make the lower purchase tonight. Alright, so I'm going to pop a hole out with this and make basically 2 plates. I'll have to work with them, but I'm going to make 2 of the plates that I need, so I'm going to drill it out now. Alright, so I got this spaced up with a couple blocks here, and we're going to go ahead and get this tacked and welded. And we're going to do both of them right now. I got them all ground, and we're going to put that in there. This will allow me, being beveled like that, this will allow me to grind it and round it off. So we really want that bevel. For some reason it comes over crooked, but the way I'm going to do it, it's not going to. But we'll have it to where it's not going to cut. So we're going to make this all smooth as we can and tucked up inside the bag. So I'm going to get these 2 welded, and then I have these lower plates that go on. And then I got to make 2 brackets. So one bracket will be on the outside and the other one's going to be stepped in and go all the way to that far edge. Because we only have to put a bolt in the middle, so we can put a plate, we can move the plate inside. It doesn't have to be all the way to the outside. And this will give me plenty of room for the bags inside the frame in there. So we'll get this welded to that, and then we'll get this welded to this, and then, alright, you get it. Alright, so I got them both welded here. I'll take that flap disc, and I'm going to, smooth them down and bevel this edge so when the bag goes on there and there's no sharp edges and it's away from any plate or anything. Alright, I got them both welded inside and out fully to this plate that I cut out earlier. We're going to grind it down now, and then we'll come in and put the 2 plates that are going to be the mount plates off the rear axle on. Alright, so I got everything looking pretty now. It's inside and out. So I went with paper templates and a marker and a scissors, and laid out for some grommets or gussets that are going to go in and tie it onto the rear end. So I'm going to get these marked out now and cut. Alright, I got all these pieces whacked out here on the vertical bandsaw, and I'm going to go over the grinder flap disc, clean them up, and then get welded to the brackets. Alright, I got the bags all laid out with ample amount of clearance. I'm 1.25 inches off on both sides. I got them both laid out. They can swell a 1/2 inch, and then they say to give it another 1/2 inch. So, I added a 1/4 inch to that. That's how I come to that 1.25 inch measurement. So I want to be out as far as I can for stability, but I really don't want to rub a hole in these bags, even though it really shouldn't do it at all. But we got ample room. It's going to work. So I got the mounts made. Right now they're just sitting in there. So mounts are all welded. I had to stage that plate over because I want to be able to get the nozzle in the inside there to weld it. And then I've got a full bead on the top too, so it should be grabbing it to keep it from rolling. So I got them both made now, so I'm going to take the airbag off. I put the airbag on to make sure that I had the distance. And now I'm going to use the digital angle finder, and I'll put them in there, you know, at 0.1 like the bars. And 0.5 this way and 0.1, and or you know, really close to it. It really doesn't matter. These airbags are going to move. You know, they got so much play to them. And actually in this position they're going to be kind of bowed on the all the way up positions where you want them, where I want them the squarest. So right now I'm going to put it in there level with the axle and get them welded on. Alright, I'm going to check if these bars still say 0.1 with the angle finder, because we're going to set saying 0.1, 0.2. Alrighty. Yeah, 0.1, 0.2. So, back to 0.1. We're going to set them, they're both 0.1, so we're going to set it up 0.1, and we know we're 4 or 5 this direction. We'll check it again. I've already done all this before I got the camera, and then so we're going to set the digital angle finder on here, and then move that to where we get the 0.4 or 0.5 this way and 0.1 that way, and then tack it, and then we're going to weld them on so that they're aligned with these parallel 4-link bars. Alright, I'm using the angle finder to get this. I got it all tacked here now, so it's 0.5 by the 0.1 on this side, so I got it all tacked on there now, and it may warp a little bit when I go welding it, but I got it really close. I got a line that I set up to where I had my 1¼ inch distance. So she's sitting in here really nice with the axle and the link bars being level. It really didn't matter that much with these airbags, but you know, I guess I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. So I'm going to go ahead and set the other one up with the angle finder, and then we'll weld them on. Alright, so we're going to check across the, you know, put a level across the plate, 2 pads, and make sure they're level. And then we checked the frame distance off the level. So we're sitting in that, there's the airbag, all kinds of it play, but we're sitting in here really good to be in right. So we're gonna weld it all in. I got it stitched right now. I stitched it in and out, and all 4 corners are stitched on them. So it's ready to weld now, and move on to the next thing. All right, so you can see they're stood up straight. I got them all welded on now, and see how my clearance is. So I've put a 90 in and changed the way that vent is. So yeah, they're now if it goes down crooked, even it can't hit it. So now after this we move on to the watts bar, the watch linkage. But you can see them all welded on here. So now we're going to come off of it and build that watts bar and the watts linkage system. And once I do that, then I can cycle the rear end up in here and build the upper mounts. And then so Watts linkage, take the leaf springs off and then cycle it up, and then we'll make a 3-inch space in here so that we can make the upper mount perfect square with that cycled up to our highest point. Alright, I'm going to split the video up and just do the lower mounts. Next I'm going to work on the Watts link. So I need that Watts link system to hold this all in place where the leaf springs are right now. And so once I get the Watts bar in there, I can take the leaf springs out and move the rear end up in the frame, because the upper mount matters the most because you don't want it crooked. So what we'll do with the upper mount is take these, the bags won't be there, we'll make a 3-inch space because that's what the manufacturer recommends for the lowest possible position. It was 2.7, so we'll make it 3 inches. So instead of trying to use the bag to make it here, you want this dead straight with each other, so we're just going to use a 3-inch space. Actually what I'll do is a piece of all thread through both mounts and put 3 inches there. And because you want, the manufacturer for this bag says they want it to run 6 to 9 inches at ride height. So to get the stroke that I want at where the bag likes to be, we need to make 3 inches where these are straight with each other on the top mount. So Watts link, and then we'll be able to actually cycle the rear end up in the frame straight, and we'll come up to where we're at our lowest position, and we'll weld the top mount in. But so that's the lower mount made and welded on. Alright, you like this kind of stuff, check back in.